Hello. Pull. Oh. Woo. Yeah.
Greetings to everyone watching and welcome to our video presentation. For today's video, we are going to discuss the lean production. So before we start discussing about lean production, here are some 3 quotes that will give us a bit of motivation. The first one is a millionaire saying, "No one ever got rich working a 9 to 5. And the second one is from Warren Buffett saying, "Risks comes from not knowing what you are doing." And the last one is from Richard Branson saying, "A big business starts small." Now let us start with our discussion. First, what is lean production? Lean is a methodology of increasing the speed of a process with a business by cutting out waste. Lean production is an approach to management that focuses on cutting out waste whilst ensuring quality. This approach can be applied to all aspects of a business, from design through production to distribution. It also aims to cut costs by making the business more efficient and responsive to market needs. Now, what is waste? Waste is any part of business which doesn't add any value. It is also an expense or effort that is expended but which does not transform raw materials into an item the customer is willing to pay for. By optimizing process steps and eliminating waste, only true value is added to each phase of production. Now let us discuss where did lean came from. Lean thinking originated at Toyota. From its production system, the original ideas were formulated by Sakichi Toyoda in the 1920s and 1930s, but only made the leap to full implementation in the 1950s. Although many believe that the concept of lean originated with Henry Ford and Toyota in the 1900s, its roots can actually be traced back to Venice in the 1450s. Lean is a concept or way of thinking that focuses on eliminating waste and streamlining process to save time, space, materials, and money. Its name comes from this idea. When excess is removed from a process, it is reduced or becomes lean. And now, I shall introduce to you the 8 waste in lean production. The first one is transportation, second is inventory, third is motion, fourth is waiting, fifth is overprocessing, sixth is overproduction, 7 is defects, and last is skills. The next presenter shall now discuss the first half of 8 ways in lean production.
The 8 ways of lean production. So the first waste is transportation. Waste in transportation includes movement of tools, people, inventory, equipment, or products further than necessary. So yung excessive movement of materials can lead to product damage and defects. And ang excessive movement of people and equipment ay maaari din mag-cause ng unnecessary work o maliliit na aksidente kung di ka maingat. At maaari ka ring mapagod. So here's the example of transportation waste. First is multiple people reviewing the same document. Next is moving equipment or files between work areas. Next is moving inventory between storage areas. And marami pang iba. The next waste of lean production is inventory. So oftentimes, it is difficult to think about excess inventory as waste. Inventory is seen as an asset, and oftentimes suppliers give discount for bulk purchases. Pero having more inventory than necessary to sustain steady flow of work can lead to the problems tulad ng product defects or damaged materials. So malaking abala sa production process at inefficient allocation of capital. And mga problema na pwedeng itago sa mga inventory. So excess inventory can be caused by overpurchasing, overproducing work in process, or overproducing more products than customer needs. Excess inventory prevents detecting production-related problems since defects have time to accumulate before it's discovered. As a result, more work will be needed to correct the defects. Now, here's the example of inventory waste. So first is valuable floor or storage space filled with the unused items. storing aging assets that quickly become obsolete, and inventory or materials piling up before a complicated process step. The third waste of lean production is motion. So the waste in motion includes any unnecessary movement of people, equipment, or machinery. Kung sa transportation, yung paglilipat ng mga gamit yung pinag-uusapan, dito naman sa motion is yung nasasayang na kilos ng isang tao or machines. So this includes walking, lifting, reaching, bending, stretching, and moving. Tasks that require excessive motion should be redesigned to enhance the work of personnel and increase the health and safety level. Here's the example of motion waste. Storing frequently used tools and materials in hard-to-reach places. Workplace not organized in order of the process being performed. And having to open multiple software applications to complete a step. The fourth waste of lean production is waiting. Waiting is the most prevalent of all waste, and it refers to the process of delays while waiting on people, equipment, materials, or information. So the waste of waiting includes people waiting on material or equipment, and idle equipment. Waiting time is often caused by unevenness in production stations, meaning yung hindi mga consistent na production ay o magkakaibang oras na natatapos na production ay maaaring mag-cause ng isang excessive inventory at overproduction. So here's the example of waiting waste. Being unable to complete a step until receiving a file, a process that is stalled due to missing signature, and the process step that requires the attention of a busy subject matter expert.
Overprocessing is any effort that doesn't add value to the product or services. Ito yung mga additional features or services na hindi nag-a-add ng value or hindi naman kailangan ng mga customers. Overproduction. Ito yung pag-overproduce ng mga products or services. For example, nag-print ka ng 20 copies of reports, pero 3 tao lang naman yung babasa na to. Next is defects. Ito yung mga information, products, or service na may mali, hindi accurate, at may kulang. Next is skills. Skills refers to not making the best use of people's experience, skills, knowledge, or creativity. For example, not offering employees the training to expand their abilities, or pag-a-assign ng task sa employees mo na hindi naman sila specialized doon. Next is skills. Skills refers to not making the best use of people's experience, skills, knowledge, or creativity. For example, not offering employees the training to expand their abilities, or pag-a-assign ng task sa employees mo na hindi naman sila specialized doon.
Now, let's talk about the Lean Toolbox. First, we're going to tackle the 5S. 5S is known to be an antidote to waste. Ano ba yung 5 5S na yon? First is sort or sayri. Ito yung removing unnecessary items from each area and kinikip lang kung ano ba yung mga kailangan. Second is set in order or Seiton, a place for everything and everything in its place. Pangatlo is shine or seiso, cleaning and inspecting the workplace tools and machinery on a regular basis to expose problems. Pang-apat yung standardize or seiketsu. Ito yung develop standard procedures and protocol for first 3 rules. Last is sustain or shitsuke. Ito yung create a system which will monitor and ensure that the standardized procedure is consistently being performed. Next is just-in-time production. It minimizes the time, labor, and materials in a manufacturing process. This system ensures that goods are being produced only as they are needed. The desired outcome is a streamlined production system that maintains a minimal amount of on-site raw materials, minimal wait times in the production process, and small batch sizes what is needed. Next is a pull system. It is a method for controlling the flow of resources through a process. The goal of such a system is to replace only what has been consumed at the optimal time. It is called a pull system because resources are pulled into the pipeline only as they are needed or requested. This differs from a push system, which attempts to use forecasts and schedules to drive the flow of production. Last is Kanban. It is the Japanese word for sign, which is an inventory control system used in just-in-time manufacturing to track production and order to new shipments of parts and materials. It was developed by Teiichi Ono, an industrial engineer at Toyota.
After we discuss the Kanban pull system, now let's discuss what is Six Sigma. Sigma is a statistical concept that represents how much variation there is in the process relative to customer specification. Six Sigma value is based on defect per million opportunities, or BPMO. Six Sigma is equivalent to 304 DPMO. The variation is the process is so small that our resulting products and services are 99.99% defect-free. Or in other words, Six Sigma is the reducing the probability that an error or defect will occur in your business or your product and services. Then, what is Six Sigma methodology? Six Sigma is a data-driven methodology that provides tools and techniques to define and evaluate each step of a process. It is a method that focuses on improving the quality of the process in a business structure, thus increasing the bottom line profit. Or in other words, this is the improving the quality of the process of your business structure. Then, where did Six Sigma come from? Started at the Motorola Corporation in the mid-90s when the company discovered that products with a high first pass yield rarely failed in actual use, resulting in higher customer satisfaction. Popularized by General Electric CEO Jack Welch, commitment to achieving Six Sigma capacity realized a 12 billion savings over 5 years. Or Six Sigma is a totally program that improves your customer's experience, lower your costs, and build better. So Six Sigma in other words is nagpapaganda sa business mo, and also ito yung nakakatulong para it lower your costs but mas maganda yung kita na pumapasok sa corporation mo or sa business mo. And now let's discuss, or my other groupmate discuss what is the Six Sigma methodology.
Six Sigma methodology. Define or define, measure, analyze, improve, and control is used to improve the current capabilities of an existing process. This is by far the most commonly used methodology of Six Sigma. It is the key tool of Six Sigma. It is a systematic approach in troubleshooting and implementing improvement. Define. Identify problems within the system process. It answers the questions: what's the issue? How much improvement is desired? What kind of buyback it will bring? When will the team need to complete the improvement? Who are the responsible and who will gain the benefits? Measure. Collect data from the process where a problem occurs to verify its current performance. Collecting data needs to well defined to ensure information are accurate. Analyze. Scrutinize the business process to reveal the root cause of the problems and variations. Improve. Develop gap closure actions. Test and implement changes based on the root causes being analyzed. You must carry out action to fix the root of the problem. Control. Field implementation of improvements to sustain the gains. Another similar acronym of DMIC is the DMADV, or Define, Measure, Analyze, Design, and Verify. This method is used when you need to create or completely redesign a process, product, or service to meet customer requirements. DMADV teams are usually staffed by senior managers and Six Sigma experts. Example of Six Sigma is cleaning the garage. Imagine, you want to clean up your garage so you can fit a new motorcycle inside. You could use lean methods to accomplish this goal. Define. Identify the scope of the cleaning project. Cleaning the garage, not the whole house. Measure. Base of the square footage of overall garage and of the open floor space. Set a goal for the required amount of open floor space. You may eyeball this, but it is a measurable area. Analyze. Understand the types and amounts of materials currently in place and the available storage locations. Improve. Use lean tools, example 5S and spaghetti diagram, to execute cleaning and organizing, including removing unessential materials. Install improved vertical storage facilities to minimize floor space use. Control. Label storage spots. Put after photos in a place as ongoing targets. Conduct weekly audits to ensure stuff doesn't accumulate. Six Sigma toolbox are defined as the problem-solving tools used to support Six Sigma and other process improvement efforts. The Six Sigma toolbox consists of a wide range, simple and commonly used tools like analysis of variance or ANOVA, box plots, brainstorming, cause-effect diagrams, correlation and regression, graphs and charts, histogram, hypothesis testing, Pareto analysis, process capability studies, process control plans, process flow diagrams, quality function deployment, response surface methods, scatter diagrams, standard operating procedure, and statistical process control.
The birth of Lean Six Sigma. Lean focuses on eliminating waste, thus improving speed and efficiency. And Six Sigma focuses on process improvement by eliminating defect, thus improving quality. Combining the two, which is called Lean Six Sigma, it solves all issues within a system, thus ensuring profits for businesses. And this is the benefits of Lean Six Sigma. First, increase in profits. Second, standardized and specified process. Third, reduce errors. Fourth, employee development and value customers. Sa increase in profits naman, dito natin makikita ang pagtaas ng ating mga sales sa ating production. Then, sa standardized and simplified process naman, dito natin makikita kung paano tumatakbo ang ating negosyo at kung ano ba ang kailangan dapat ayusin. Then, sa reduce errors naman, dito natin makikita na paunti-unti bumababang mga problema pumapasok sa ating mga produkto. Then, sa employee development naman, dito natin makikita yung mga trainee natin, employee, para maging mas mahusay sila kung paano mag-handle sa ating opisina. And then, sa value to customers naman, dito natin masisiguro na dekalidad ng ating mga binibentang produkto. This is the Lean Six Sigma belt system, the white, yellow, green, and black. White, understand the structure and goals of Lean Six Sigma. Uses basic Lean Six Sigma vocabulary terms. Reports process issues to green and black belts. Then the yellow belt, understand basics Lean Six Sigma concepts. Reports process issues to green belts and black belts. Participates on projects, terms, and receive just-in-time training. The green belt starts and manage Lean Six Sigma projects. Has Lean Six Sigma expertise but in less detail than black belts. Provide just-in-time training to orders, and the black belt can report to a master black belt. has advanced Lean Six Sigma expertise, function as a coach, mentor, teacher, and project leader or project teams. Kumbaga itong white, yellow, green, and black belt na to, dito mo makikita kung gaano na sila kahasa sa Lean Six Sigma system. Ano lang. Thank you. And thank you. Millionaire saying, no one ever got rich working and 9 to 5. Thank you.